hit the like and subscribe, as Draymond Green is actually becoming a friend of the channel here. Just like quote unquote Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, La Brittany, and others. Draymond Green responded to Austin Rivers after he was asked a question about the comments that he made about Steve Kerr hindering his career, which is a ridiculous comment and ridiculous thing to say when we actually look at what you produced on the basketball floor. That was a ridiculous thing to say. The Warriors, as an organization, have done nothing but help you, Steve Kerr included. So he gets in his feelings about what Austin Rivers had to say. So let's go ahead and we'll listen to the clip that they have here. And I'm going to go through the whole back and forth here. All right, so I decided to go to his actual page here and listen to the whole clip. So not sure how long it is, but I'm going to go ahead and let him spit that jibber jabber. Let's go.
I don't like to get in these back and forths because, quite honestly, guys that you usually get into the back and forths with, they become back and forths because it's like one of them like severely tips something this way and the other is just like kind of so far down that it kind of pulls you back a little bit. And so, speaking of Austin Rivers, I saw he said he's bewildered and it's ridiculous of what I said. And I just find it interesting that a guy who was the 10th pick in my draft, I was 35, who's on his second act, still on act one, he goes, Draymond, never been a scorer. Austin, you and I averaged the same amount of points in high school. And I say high school because that's when you were at your best. And then in college, he was still good. He was very featured at Duke because NBA careers, should he really talk about my NBA career? I'm still with my first team. He was gone from his first team in 2 years. The guy received the biggest bailout in U.S. history prior to President Trump bailing out the airlines when his dad gave him $42 million. And I tip my hat to Doc. I pray that I can give DJ $200 million or give Deuce $250 million. I pray that I can do that one day. I love how people just go take the 15 seconds that they want to take and make it a headline. But I really enjoyed watching Austin Rivers be bewildered.
Not only are you a hot dog, a grandstander, a showboat, and a prima donna, but you're a liar too.
So there you have it, the words of Draymond Green as he made an absolute fool of himself. And as he's trying to explain to you right here, he's telling you basically, I tip the scales way more than you ever have. And then he makes a fool of himself, wets the bed on national television, trying to talk trash to Charles Barkley.
That is f***ing stupid. Wake up.
When Charles Barkley tipped those same scales you're talking about, okay, so you compared to Austin Rivers would be like, you compared to Charles Barkley would be like, who's my boy? Wang Gigi compared to Charles Barkley. Ain't much difference. Matter of fact, I think if Wang Gigi was playing today, he'd be making him some paper. You absolutely embarrassed yourself. But this is what athletes typically do. Like, well, I've had a better career than you, so you can't talk about me. Or then if you didn't play in the league, then like, well, you didn't play in the league, so you can't talk about me. That's all they do. And Draymond Green, as this person said here, D-Pad2K, the luckiest NBA player in modern history, that's definitely you, gang. It is him. By far. Let's go ahead and get into Austin Rivers' response, though, so this video won't be too long. All right, so we got Austin's response here. Let's get into it.
But let's peel back that onion and understand why. Easy, Tiger. Okay? You have the delusion, the non-wherethought, the irony of you saying I'm part of the biggest bailout in NBA history. Draymond, you are the luckiest basketball player I think I've ever seen, especially in modern day history. Let's talk about that. You were drafted to a franchise with the Hall of Fame front office, Bob Myers, Hall of Fame coach, Steve Kerr, the greatest shooter of all time, and perhaps a top 5 player of all time, Steph Curry, Hall of Famer. One of the greatest shooters, top 5 shooter of all time, another Hall of Famer, Klay Thompson. The Swiss Army knife himself, the guy who could do a little bit of everything on the floor, Andre Iguodala, another Hall of Famer. I know, keep up, it's a lot of talent. Not to mention one of the most lethal scorers of all time and arguably a top 10 player of all time, Kevin Durant, the same guy you chased off because of this, your mouth, you talk too much. And that's not even counting the plethora of talent around those guys. The Sean Livingstons, the Barbosas, the Andrew Wiggins, the Jordan Pooles, who you also chased off. Cut it out. Draymond, you're the backpack jump shooter. You're the guy that everyone leaves open. No one guards you. There are hours and hours and hours of film of just you being left wide open. In fact, anybody can just YouTube or Google or watch any Draymond game ever, and he's open all game. There are clips of you getting a rebound and just driving in a straight line and just getting a wide open layup because everyone's fanning out to guard the actual talent on the team. Talking about Steve Kerr hindered your career. Bro, Steve Kerr made your career. How dare you? Coming at me? Are you kidding me? I wish I could give my son $200 million if I was a coach. Yo, the NBA doesn't give coaching jobs to guys who may or may not sucker punch one of the players and staff. You need to fall back, Dre. Let's just be frenemies.
So there you have it, Austin Rivers. Honestly, look, when you make Austin Rivers look good, that's how you know you're on the wrong side of everything. Although I do like some of Austin's analysis. He's a intelligent dude, seems like. But in this regard, and even in regards to his career, did Austin get a bailout from his dad? Yes, he did. He did get a bailout from his father. His father brought him on his team and let him develop while we're, quote unquote, trying to win a championship. That wasn't going to work. He needed to go on a team that had a bunch of young cats and to where he can go through the bumps and bruises and who cares if we win or lose type thing. You're going to try to win, but, we understand it's part of the process. Draymond got put on a team that was supremely talented, as Austin stated. Supremely talented, deep. The whole thing was strength by numbers. It wasn't strength by Draymond. With Steph Curry being the hub. He commanded so much attention offensively that it kind of freed everybody else up. Because if he got a crack of daylight, the shot was going up, he was going to make it. He's highly efficient. So he benefited, he being Draymond, benefited from being on that roster. Period. And him he's been on a war path trying to elevate himself. Kind of like, I've seen some nonsense from other clutch dudes. Rich Paul had the audacity to say that LeBron developed his unselfishness because unlike Jordan and some of these other guys, he didn't come from a 2-parent household.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
That's the type of nonsense you get from Clutch Sports. And when LeBron's retired, he's going to become the face of Clutch Sports. Don't mistake yourself. Don't make any mistake about it. He's going to be the face of Clutch Sports. And they shouldn't even have a sports agency while he's in the league, by the way. But that's beside the point. Draymond Green has been carried his entire career. The times where there's been no Steph, no Klay, no Durant, no Iguodala, whatever the case may be, and he needs to step up. He hasn't done it because he's not that good. This dude, when Steph and Klay were hurt that whole year, he didn't average no 20 points and get them to the playoffs. They got the second pick in the draft. All right, let's read some comments, man. Let's go on Dre's page. Austin made other comments. I'm going to make a separate video about that later today. I'm trying to get caught up on everything here. So Let's see. I already read the D-Pad 2K comment. Bev said, y'all gotta chill. Let's see what people have to say to the D-Pad all day, or D-Pad 2K dude, the luckiest player in modern NBA history. Let's see. Laughing, crying emojis. And one of the dirtiest players with his disgraceful kicks between the legs, punches elbows. She chokes SMH. Ain't that the truth? Let's see, Brian1.K. Lucky. That's like saying Dennis Rodman was lucky as well. Gosh. Draymond Green's not half the player Dennis Rodman was. And Dennis Rodman was a dominant defender, dominant rebounder. Draymond Green's not dominant at anything. He's all right. Or bad at everything. He's an eye ball handler, but if he actually really needs to dribble the basketball and make plays, he's gonna turn the ball over, he's gonna kick it out of bounds. He's not a dominant rebounder. He's not a dominant on-ball defender. He's not a dominant low-post defender. He's not a dominant shot blocker. He can't make free throws. He misses layups. He can't shoot threes. What we talking about? And Dennis Rodman was one of the best overall athletes to ever play basketball. You can't say that about him. He's too undersized to guard a really good power forward, too slow to guard a dominant wing. Who was guarding LeBron James in those finals? It wasn't him. Mr. Hall of Fame defender. It wasn't him. All right, let's get through this, man. Let's see what more comments we got here. Let's see. What's this? Tyne Pata. You talking about question mark? You can't get any more luckier than Patrick McCall. Patrick McCall is not he's not the subject of conversation right now. Oh man, thank you, DJ_Barbie. This might be a woman. Rodman led the league in rebounds for 7 years in a row. Draymond Green had 2 to 3 great years, and I would say that saying they're great is a stretch. He had solid years. Led the league in steals once. Rodman is not quote unquote lucky. Thank you, DJ Barbie.
Message.
Let's see what else we got here. Drewski_Capone. Draymond was actually a pretty good scorer earlier in his career, but he sacrificed his scoring for the team. Come on, man. Oh, here we go. Edville_media. He created his luck. No one in the league guards all 5 positions. He don't guard all 5 positions. God damn. He does not. Dennis Rodman used to guard all 5 positions, though. Hey, if your best player is Magic Johnson, guess who guarded Magic Johnson? Dennis Rodman. Is your best player Larry Bird? Guess who guarded him? Dennis Rodman. Your best player is a center? Guess who's guarding him? Dennis Rodman. At least he's gonna take some turns, because they did have Buda Edwards and stuff like that in Lambeer, but he's gonna take turns. That's guarding all 5. Not I take 2-3 possessions a game on a dude. Stop it. Man, I'm out of here. A_C63. Bro passed the ball to Steph and Clay for 20 years trying to act like a basketball guy. Exactly. And this is on his page, by the way. Anthony Hill Trainer. Austin told no lies. You got to live with it. You had a great career on free lunch.
He ain't lying. That's right.
Oh, and another thing. Austin Rivers was a much better high school player than you. You better stop that. He was ranked number 1 in his high school class. Averaged almost 30 a game. You didn't average 30 a game. And we went through it. He averaged 25 his junior year, 20 his senior year. His numbers didn't go up. They went down. And he never came close to that in college or the NBA. Like, stop the nonsense, man. In Austin, in his defense, he didn't just, his last team wasn't the Clippers. Played on with the Knicks, I think the Rockets and Nuggets as well. So he had a career beyond his Clipper career, and his dad giving him $42 million, which he did give it. He getting cooked in his own comments. Greg Zilla 88, calm down, triple single. Watch some Draymond stands. You got to be something special to be a Draymond stand. He's a Hall of Famer.
And that huck too and spit on that thing. You get me?
Here we have part of the problem. So he's a quote unquote Hall of Famer. A Hall of Famer would be a Hall of Famer on any team. You put him, you drop him in, he gonna get his numbers. He's gonna elevate the people around him. That's what a Hall of Famer is. This is why the NBA got to get it together, man. The Basketball Hall of Fame got to get it together. I get it. You know, they include your whole basketball career, high school, college, NBA. Draymond Green hasn't done enough to especially in the NBA, to be a Hall of Fame. He wasn't even best player of his college team. What are you talking about? So, yeah, he's not a Hall of Fame player. He's not. Then you got this, and they always talk about this. Seavog's Burger, 30-point triple-double in the finals, by the way. One game. And like Austin said, they didn't guard him. Oh, what did he do in the fourth quarter? In his 30-point triple-double game. What did he do in the fourth quarter? Did they go to Draymond when they needed a bucket? No. He disappeared, bro. The only thing he did was do at the end of that game 7 was foul LeBron hard at the end. That's it. Let's see. Let's see. His career high is 31. Chill. Let's see. From Ukraine 87. Malik _Isaiah _Wilson 21 says it was actually 37. Not that much more, but still 37. Ukraine 87 said Austin career high was 41. Look at this. Greg Zilla responded to that triple double dude. Hey, the finals, LeBron won. Right. You couldn't get the job done. If you that dude, you the Hall of Famer, get it done. You're playing with 3 other ones. Get it done. Let's see. Let's see what we got here. What we got here? Let's see. Let's see what these guys say. Bro, y'all be so lame to me. I just never understood how someone who's probably nothing, LOL, be talking trash to athletes because they're quote unquote professional careers. If he averaged a triple single and made millions, I'd take that any day of the week. The week compared to, he's comparing him against other guys who've gotten triple singles, triple doubles, double doubles. He's comparing him to his contemporaries. You idiot.
Damn.
Like, you can't be serious, bro. Hopefully somebody, let me see if somebody addresses this dude's comment. Let's see. I could do this all day, by the way, but I'm not going to do it. Let's see. Looks like nobody's addressing that dude's comment, so I'll get on now. There's just a bunch of back and forth about their careers. Look at this guy. Okay, so Rivers better all-around scorer. Draymond is a much better passer, rebounder, defender, has a defensive. He shouldn't have got the defense player of the year, by the way. But anyway, whatever, man. Look, we can do this all day. Let me go ahead and wrap it up. Y'all let me know what you guys think about the Austin Rivers and Draymond Green exchange. Who's in the right? Was Draymond right for saying you're not as good as I am, so you can't talk about me? Video on him and Charles Barkley coming today. Draymond and Charles Barkley today. Or was Austin Rivers right for response? Because again, they asked Austin Rivers a question about him, Draymond, saying that Steve Kerr hindered his career. That's all he did. And he actually didn't even say nothing bad about him. He said Draymond's a Hall of Famer, which he's not. And people need to stop that nonsense. Because now you're blowing his head up. He think he can talk down to everybody. This is why we have to make sure we keep people rooted in reality. He is not a Hall of Fame player. Not at all. Would he go to your local LA Fitness and cook? Absolutely. He'd do it right now. He cooked me and everybody else that I play with who's actually played at a decent level. But in regards to the best of the NBA, absolutely not. But anyway, again, who's right? Austin in his response to Draymond? Or is Draymond right saying you don't have the right to talk about me? Let me know what you think. Hit the like, subscribe. Of course, till next time, I'm out.